Okay, so I'm a big Jennifer Lopez fan. I've been a big fan of hers ever since she did Selena way back in the day. I've seen her almost. I think there's like one or two movies that I haven't seen, and that's Out of Sight, I believe, and the one that she comes out with Viola Davis, I believe. Anyway, I'm a big J.Lo fan. Jennifer, I don't know if you're ever going to hear this or not, but it's worth a try. You've really been inspiring people all around the world, both men and women, to step outside their comfort zone and to say, you know what, society says that I'm only allowed to do this or I'm only allowed to go this far. However, you basically said, screw society, screw Hollywood, and screw what the laws are or what the laws, the what the thing says, what what the boundaries are. You're gonna do your own thing, and you did your own thing, and I'm so proud of you for doing that, for being brave enough, and for showing, for having the balls honestly to do that, and by doing that, to showing millions and millions of your fans, me included, that we can do more with our lives. We can believe in dreams, and we can make our dreams come true, and I've accomplished so much in my life because of you, because you're a great you're just not a one-trick pony. You're not just a singer. You're not just a movie star. You're everything, and that's me. I went to music school. And I played the piano. I was a piano teacher for 25 years. Um, I also love art, so I'm an artist. I've sold art. I've created digital art and logos for companies. I'm a photographer. I've taken photos that newspapers have purchased from me. I'm a writer. I've written articles that different newspapers have published. I've been in the newspaper also. Photos and doing this, doing that, and you've made me want to just do all that. And I'm a very introverted person because I basically grew up as an only child because my brother was 14 years older than me, and sadly he passed away when I was, I believe I was, oh my goodness, he passed away in '97, so I was either like 15 years old, and he wasn't even living in this country. He and my parents are originally from Guatemala, so we're Hispanic or Latinos. I grew up here in the U.S. He didn't want to come to the U.S., so my mom left him there. He became an adult there, and he joined the army. And unfortunately, he died. He got wounded. It turned into cancer and died. And it was a big loss. And and I know that you've gone through some great losses too. So I always, you know, it's funny how people ask themselves, what would Jesus do? And I do. I'm a Christian person. I go to church. I believe in church and believe in Jesus. And sometimes I go, what would Jesus do? And sometimes when it's a different situation, I would go, what would Jennifer do? And you're like an inspiration and a beacon of light that we can look forward to. And honestly, like you said in the film, I think it was in the documentary, not the film that you made that goes with your This Is Me Now album, but in the documentary, I think it was Jane Fonda that said, we're all so invested and we're all rooting for you and for your relationship and your marriage to Ben Affleck. Shout out to Ben Affleck too. And and I've always enjoyed watching the news, and ever since you guys got back together, I was just like, yeah, I was like, finally, everything's in place. She's back with the person she's supposed to be with. He's back with the woman he's supposed to be with, and everything is right in the universe. And it was so it was beautiful to watch you guys walk the red carpet again, to watch you guys look happy, and honestly, um, to see that you finally got your wish. You got married after a 20-year hiatus or a 20-year engagement. You got married, and you honestly look like you love each other. The way you look at each other, I see that love from Ben to you, Jen, and I see the same love, Jen, from you to Ben. So I'm so happy, and it's like I'm so invested also because it's like I feel like like you say in one of your songs from This Is Me Now, that she's got hella haters and they hella mad. And it's like, as a fan or as someone who cares about you, even though I've never met you, and I don't know if I'll ever get the chance to, fingers crossed that I will, hopefully someday. Um, I'm like, it's like, I want to like protect you in your relationship. And, I'm the kind of person that would always get up in the morning and go to Google News and look anything up, look you up and see what news, and see, the great movies you were making. You made Marry Me with Owen Wilson, who's great. You made, also with Maluma, you made Shotgun Wedding, which was hilarious. Who knew we needed to have Jennifer Coolidge and Jennifer Lopez on the same screen? I had no idea. And Josh is a great actor, and you guys did an amazing job. And it's great. It was it all seemed to be going great. Then you got engaged, and I was like, oh my goodness, it's all falling into the right place. Then there was a surprise of the midnight trip to Vegas, and I was so happy because I was like, you know what, they did it the way they wanted. Like, also in the song, one of the songs, so you say you're gonna do whatever the hell you want and basically screw everybody else, and that's great. I mean, do you do you do what makes you happy. And I'm just saying all of this because I've actually stopped reading the news. I had no idea that Trump had gotten shot in the ear or something like that. I had no idea we had wildfires in California. And it's because all of a sudden in the news there's all these things about, oh, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck he moved out. They're out of their mansion. The mansion that you guys looked so hard for, and he moved out. Oh, and then I started seeing magazine covers that were just, magazine covers are, especially the paper ones like the Inquirer, that's all bull BS. And I'm like, okay, they're just trying to give them, I don't know, some bad, I don't know, they're just trying to tarnish them. And people will do that. Like you said, famous people have haters, and haters can sometimes be journalists and news people, and they can spread dumb lines and stuff like that. But then it got like to a point where, oh, Ben moved out of the mansion. Now he's renting out a place in, I don't know, somewhere else, and they're waiting, and it's starting to look official. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, okay, Jane Fonda said it perfectly. We are all invested. We have all invested our hopes, our dreams, and our time into hoping that you and Ben are able to live happily ever after. If there's anybody that deserves that, it's you and Ben. But now all I read is that, oh, there's Jennifer Lopez without her wedding ring. Oh, there's Ben Affleck with a new haircut, and here's Ben Affleck shows up walking without his wedding ring. Jennifer Lopez changes her wedding ring from her right hand to her left hand. I'm like, I don't care what you do with your jewelry. I'm like, I don't care. I really, really, from the bottom of my heart, hope that this is all BS and that you guys are doing perfectly fine, because it's like to get to finally see you guys together, come full circle, get married, perhaps even start a family, adopt or something. That's just amazing and beautiful. And your album, This Is Me Now, was so beautiful written, and I connected with a lot of the songs. Broken Like Me, Rebound, I completely understood where you were coming from Rebound, where you ignore the red flags just because you want to fill in that empty space. And um, not going anywhere, and what is it, Hearts and Roses, I believe it's called. It's like, some people may assume that you have a perfect life, but they'll never really know, and I'll never really know. And honestly, I really do believe that you and Ben are made for each other, are soulmates, and I never, ever expected that, to hear that, only 2 years or so after you got married, for them to be saying that you already put your house on sale, the $60 million mansion on sale, and that you sold an apartment or a mansion in New York City, and you're living separate lives, and it's like, oh my gosh, that just makes me so sad. And I'm gonna be honest, it kind of pisses me off too, because here we go, we got a beautiful album. I really, I felt like it came from your heart, and and then we got this amazing film, and then the documentary, and in the documentary, you really opened up, and you can see the love that you have for him, and you can also see the love that he has for you, and it's wonderful and it's beautiful. That it's like to hear all these rumors, and if by some by some reason they all happen to be true, I feel like I'm like I feel like I've been lied to. I feel like all of my investments in you are like what do they call, what's the word, are basically um, wasted. It's all worth nothing, because I really, just like you said, um, I always, like you said in an interview, I remember you said that your mom would always pray that you and Ben would get back together, and I always hoped you guys would too. And and I love your music. I really do enjoy it. Um, and it's I feel such like a I'm like scared to even look at the news now, because the next thing I know is going to be you guys putting, if it keeps going the way it's going, and if it's true, which I really, really hope it's not, it's going to end up with both of you putting out a statement saying that you're separating for whatever reason, and that you want privacy at this time. And okay, yeah, you can have privacy, but it's like, really, you're going to take us through all of that journey, 20-year journey of when you first met, and and how you guys kept in touch over the years, and how you made this great album, and it's all about you guys being together and figuring it out, and even if you're miles apart, you're still together. And I literally, I'm gonna feel like I got deceived. It was all a big publicity stunt, and I know it's not. It wasn't. But it makes me feel like it's a big publicity stunt. And I have people that are haters, that are J.Lo haters, and they're like, oh, this, like in the video, I've had people tell me, oh, they don't stand a chance. That woman is just changing men the way she changes clothes. And it's like, no, I believe, I, you've said that you believe in true love and soulmates. And I believe in that too. And I believe you found your soulmate. And I really, really hope you both hold on to each other and work through this, because if this ends with another divorce, it's like, wow. I had so many high hopes, so many happy endings, and so many things, and it's gonna feel like, you know it's gonna feel like a building is being demolished, and it's gonna just crack to the ground. And what is the thing that's gonna crack to the ground? It's gonna be basically my belief in you, because everything that you've said, you know, you've been a great person. You're a great uh, you're a great singer and a great actress, and you're an icon. You're such an amazing icon, and it's hard to achieve all that you've achieved. But right now, it's like it's all about love, and it's all about being together and being happy. And you having your own birthday bash without him, and him being in LA by himself while you're out in Italy, it's like. And then I just, at the store right now, I read that your inner circle, especially your manager, whose name is also Benny, hates Ben Affleck. And I'm like, okay, well, you have to make a choice. Are you going, who are you going to spend the rest of your life with? With the man of your dreams, or with your little inner circle? Because your little inner circle is not going to be there when you always need them to be there. They might be available sometimes, but there's nothing like having a husband that's devoted to you. And I think that Affleck is is honestly a man that not only does he respect, he 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 loves you so much that he allows you to cross lines that make him uncomfortable. But as an artist, he knows that you're inspired, you're doing this, and he allows you to do things that he technically wouldn't ever do. And just the same way he compromises, I hope you can learn to compromise too. And I'm just sad and depressed, and it's like it's funny because it's not even my marriage, it's not my relationship, it's somebody else's. But I'm like, you've been such an inspiration, and now that you're finally together and you released all this all this stuff, the album, the film, documentary. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get to tour, but to release all that and to say that you found the love of your life and that you've learned to love yourself, and to do that, and all of a sudden to just get a, oh, they're divorced. It's like it's going to really just I feel like if this something goes wrong here, I feel like I'm gonna literally stop caring. And I know that you don't give to you don't care what people think, but as someone who um, has changed, spoken to the people that don't like you, changed their opinions about you, showed them that you really are a wonderful person. It's like I'm like, I don't even know what to believe anymore. And I'm like, there was even a mention that this might be your last CD that you ever make, because you're literally done with your love story. Now we're gonna get another J.Lo album where you have to basically sing starting over all over again. It's like, no. So I really, 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 really hope that this is just something that the media is just doing, or I don't know what. But Jen and Ben, please, 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 um, work together. You two became one. Even if you got married in some sloppy Vegas chapel, you are united and you're married. You changed your name. Your official name. You changed to Jennifer, and for you to just let all that go, it's so disappointing, because I expect you to fight for love, to fight for this love, to fight to be able to and to be able to compromise, both of you to compromise and to work together and to just love each other. Your love seems so real, and then I see all these things, and I'm like, wait. I'm like, the media is just painting them this way, but they're really not going through that. Then again, then I see pictures of you in Italy without your husband celebrating your birthday, and then I see your husband going solo with a new haircut, looking more independent, and I'm like, oh my gosh, could this really be happening? Is this really happening? Is that mechanical heart inside of you going to be able to withstand another breakup? I personally wouldn't think so. I think I don't know, all I want to do is hear that Jennifer and Ben are just happily living. See you guys out on dates. See you guys out on with family, and see you guys grow together, and love each other, and show that yes, love can wait 20 years. Love can hold on for 20 years and thrive, and it can work out. And especially, I ordered your vinyl from your store, from the J.Lo online store, because you were so. It was a beautiful album, and it was so inspiring, and I got a signed photograph from you, and it's one of my top treasures, that signed photograph from you. And to think that, you know, all of a sudden there could be news that this is all basically canceled. The album was canceled, or not canceled, but the album is basically redundant, and you and Ben are headed to divorce. It's like, so I just can't put my head around it. So please, 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 you know, if I literally had a genie and I had three wishes, one of them would be for you and Ben to live happily ever after. But I don't have a genie here, and you have enough money, enough everything that you need to live happily ever after. So please take care of your relationship. Let it grow into a humongous redwood tree or maple tree, and don't just because understand each other, compromise equally, and I really, really hope that you make it and that you don't get divorced, because that would just be, to me, that would be like the final straw, I guess you can say. And I'm gonna be like, okay, you know what? I love her. I love her music, but she just made this film. It's coming from the heart, and literally within weeks or months. Oh, never mind. It wasn't real. She really wasn't real. So anyway, again, I don't know if Jennifer Lopez, the actual Jennifer Lopez, is ever going to hear this, but if you hear